Hey guys, welcome again to the Maths Club. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. In this video, I'm going to be looking at polygons, continuing our playlist on plane geometries. So if you're just joining us for the first time, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so that anytime we post something, you will be the first to know. And of course, please like the video so that more people can know about the channel and know about the things that we do. That being said, let's get started. We're going to look at the definitions of polygons and properties of polygons, and we're going to look at interior and exterior angles of a polygon. A polygon is basically a shape made of straight lines that join up to make a closed figure. Straight lines, they join and they make a closed figure. So it is bounded by 3 or more straight lines. So if you say polygon has at least 3 sides, right? So it could have 3 or more, but cannot have less than 3 because it cannot close. You try and draw 2 straight lines and see if they can close. They won't. Yeah, you need to have a third line to make it close, at least. A regular polygon has all sides and angles equal, like a square or an equilateral triangle. We know this too. While an irregular polygon has sides or angles that are not all the same. So some might be the same, but others will be different, or they might all be different. Polygons have no curves and they have no openings. So you can see these are examples of polygons all closed up, all closed up, all closed up, all closed up. And these are non-polygons. You can see these guys are not joined. They're not joined. These guys have a curve. You can see the curves in the 2 of them. Interior and exterior angles. So the sum of interior angles of an n-sided polygon, whether it's regular or irregular, is, I prefer to use this other one, n minus 2 times 180 degrees, but if this other one is still the same thing. If you factor out 2 from this guy, you end up with n minus 2 times 180 degrees. And how do we come about this? I don't want to just cram formulas. Understand why the formula came to be. So we have this. Just imagine this like a polygon. What you notice here is that, let's see, how many triangles can we make out of this? So if I come here and I draw something like this, right? I can draw another line here, but it's already be crossing an existing triangle, right? Which is not what we want. We want, so how many triangles, clear triangles without any line crossing each other, can we make? Basically, we can only make these 2. So this triangle 1 and this triangle 2, right? This is basically what we can make. Sum of angles in the triangle is what? Great, so 180 degrees, right? So this 180 degrees, and this guy is 180 degrees, right? So, I mean, you're trying to say that the sum of angle in this full shape would be 180 plus 180, right? And that will give you 360 degrees. How many sides does this have? It has 1, 2, 3, 4. So it has 4 sides, right? So if you look at our formula, we said n minus 2 times 180 degrees, right? So the n here will be 4. So that will be 4 minus 2 multiplying 180 degrees. And that will give you 2 times 180 degrees. And that will also give you 360. Or you can say this same thing as saying 180 plus 180. Still hold that thought. Let's look at another example. Now look at this. For this, let's see how many clear triangles can we make. Let me see. So if I join this guy here to this point, right? Let me also join this guy here to this point, right? If I join any other line, it will be crossing an existing triangle, right? If I do like this, it's going to be crossing and dividing into more triangles. That's what we want. We want clear number of triangles. So in this place here, you can see that this guy here is 180 degrees. This guy is 180 degrees. This guy is 180 degrees, right? So that means the sum of this will be 3 times of 180 degrees, which is going to give you 540 degrees, right? Now let's look. How many sides do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like in the shape itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Before I divide it into triangles, the original shape has 5 sides. What does that tell you? If I do 5 minus 2 times 180 degrees, that will give me 3 times 180 degrees. So you can see that this is like an example that shows how this particular formula was gotten. Divide it into clear triangles. Make sure that no points crosses any of the existing triangles that you've created. And by the time you add the sum of all the 180 degrees, it will give you the sum of angles in that polygon. So we now say that if the polygon is regular, that means all sides and angles are equal. We've established that before. Then each of those interior angles is just this guy divided by n, or this guy divided by n. I prefer to use that guy because I feel like, it's very simple. So this is a pentagon. You can see the pentagon is divided into 3 unique triangles. So by the time you sum up those, you give 540 degrees. Hexagon, you can connect it here, connect it here. Any other connection will cross an existing triangle, which is what you don't want. So that's 180 degrees times 4, 720. And we have this heptagon. We're going to be talking about what's like if it has 3 sides, what it's called, 4 sides, called shortly. But just follow through. And you can see the divisions here. You can see 180 degrees times 5. Sum of interior angles here is 900 degrees. Also, to look at this, I told you that a polygon has at least 3 sides. So we're looking at regular polygons here. 180 degrees, because it's an equilateral triangle. So each of those guys will be 60 degrees because, each of these guys are the same. Right? Each of the angles are the same. So 180 degrees divided by 3, number of sides, 16. You can see a square, sum of angles, and you can see. So when it has 3 sides, it's called a triangle, 4 sides, it's called a square. If it's a regular polygon, which means all sides and equals are the same. Which means all sides and angles are the same. So this one has 5 sides. A polygon with 5 sides is called a pentagon. A polygon with 6 sides is called an hexagon. 7 sides is called an heptagon. 8 sides is called an octagon. 9 sides is called a nonagon. And 10 sides is called a decagon. Right, so by the time you do the computation, you see that each of all these guys match when you do the calculation by yourself. It's very important that you know what name to give to each of these polygons. So the sum of exterior angles of any polygon is always 360 degrees, no matter how many sides it has. Right. So if you look at it, we'll see a question like that. If you are going around the exterior angle of any polygon, the sum of angles is always 360. That's something that you need to stick to the bank. So each exterior angle of a regular n-sided polygon is 360 degrees divided by n. Right. It has to be regular, which means that all sides and angles are the same, and you just do 360 degrees divided by n. You find each exterior angle. We're going to see a picture of what we're talking about in one of the questions. Question 1 says that the sum of the interior angles of a regular polygon is 1440 degrees. Calculate the number of sides and the size of one exterior angle of the polygon. Take from WAEC 2004. Let's solve it together. So I told that the sum of the interior angles of a regular polygon is 1440 degrees, but we know that the sum of interior angles is n minus 2 times 180 degrees. We establish this, right? So I will just replace. I say this is 1440 is equal to n minus 2 times 180 degrees. And if I divide both sides by 180, so if you do 1440 divided by 180, that will give you 8. So if I cancel out this, this will give you 8. This will cancel out, this will give you, year 1. So we have is n minus 2 is equal to 8. And if I correct like terms, n will be equal to 8 plus 2, which is 10. So the number of sides is 10. Then the size of one exterior angle. So we know that size of each exterior angle, right, is equal to 360 degrees over n. So just substitute and say this is equal to 360 divided by 10, which is equal to 36 degrees. So number of sides is 10, and the size of one exterior angle is 36 degrees. Let's see if we're correct. Great. Question now says that the interior angles of a pentagon are 2x plus 5 degrees, x plus 20 degrees, x degrees, 3x minus 20 degrees, and x plus 15 degrees. Find the value of x. Take from WAEC 2009. To solve this question, the first thing to know is what is a pentagon. If you don't know what a pentagon is, you ready? I know you're going to solve the question, right? But we know that a pentagon is a polygon with 5 sides. So given that, let's solve it. If the interior angles of the pentagon are this, we know that sum of interior angles is equal to n minus 2 times 180 degrees. And we're told that our n is basically going to be 5. So our n is 5, right? So 5 minus 2 times 180 degrees. This will give you 3 times 180 degrees. and this will give you 540 degrees. So we know that the sum of the interior angles is 540 degrees. So if I sum up all these interior angles, they must add up to 540 degrees. So that will be 2x plus 5 plus x plus 20 plus x plus 3x minus 20 plus x plus 15. They must all equal to 540. So 2x plus x, that will give 3x, plus x, that will give 4x, plus 3x, that will give you 7x, plus x, that will give you 8x. 5 plus 20, that will give you 25, minus 20, that will give you 5, plus 15, that will give you 20, is equal to 540. So if I correct like that will be 8x is equal to 540 minus 20. 8x is equal to 520, and if I divide both sides by 8, 520 divided by 8 would give you 65. So your x is equal to 65 degrees. Simple and short. Let's see if the answer is correct. That would be option C. Correct. Question 3 now says that in the diagram below, what is the value of x? Take from NECO 2001. Let's see the diagram. Great. So this is an example of exterior angles that we're talking about. This is an exterior angle, an exterior angle, this is an exterior angle, this is an exterior angle, this is an exterior angle, right? And we're told that the sum of exterior angles of any polygon, whether irregular or regular, is 360 degrees, right? So given that knowledge, let's solve this question. So we know that sum of exterior angles of a polygon equals 360 degrees, right? So that will be x plus, let me start from here, plus 5x plus 4x plus 3x plus 2x is equal to 360 degrees. So this is 6, 10, 13, 15. So 15x is equal to 360 degrees. And if I divide both sides by 15, my x, so 360 divided by 15, my x will give me 24 degrees. Simple. Let's see if the answer is correct. That will be option C. Great. Question 4 says that the interior angle of a regular polygon is thrice the exterior angle. How many sides has the polygon? Take from WAEC November 2002. I want you to pause the video and try this out yourself. Don't play it until you solve it. I'll go ahead and solve it myself. So we're told that the interior angle is thrice the exterior angle. So let me see, if I draw something, let me say this is my polygon. Let me just take one side of the polygon and I do this exterior angle. So if this is the interior angle, this guy is x, right? Because it's a straight line. It's a straight line. This will be 180 minus x, right? We're told that x is equal to, which is the interior angle, 3 times 180 minus x, right? So x is equal to 540 minus 3x. Correct like terms, that will be x plus 3x is equal to 540. So this 4x is equal to 540. If I divide both sides by 4, 540 divided by 4 will give me 135. So our x is 135 degrees. If the interior angle, remember it's a regular polygon, if the interior angle is 135 degrees, then I can say each of the interior angles will be equal to n minus 2 times 180 degrees all over n, right? So we know that one of the interior angles is 135, so 135 is equal to n minus 2 times 180 over n. If I cross multiply, that will give me 135n is equal to, if I open this bracket, that will be 180n minus 360. So 135n minus 180n is equal to minus 360. 135 minus 180, that will give me minus 45n is equal to minus 360. And if I divide both sides by minus 45, I divide by minus 45, my n is equal to, so 360 divided by 45, that will give me 8. So basically it has 8 sides. I know that this might be confusing for some people, but if I wanted to find this guy, I could have as well said, we know that the interior angle is n minus 2 times 180 degrees, right? So if I divide this by n, that's one of the angles of the interior angle. So as I said, we are told that is equal to 3 times the exterior angle. So 3 times, we know that For exterior angle, that will be 360 degrees all over n, right? We know that. D is divided by n, this is divided by n. If I multiply n on both sides, I don't want to cross multiply, so this should be in brackets. I don't want to cross multiply. So if I multiply both sides by n, this will be times n, this will be times n. So you can see the n here will cancel the n here, the n here will cancel the n here. So what I'll be left will be n minus 2 times 180 degrees is equal to 3 times 360. And I can divide both sides by 180. Divide it by 180. 180 here 1, 180 here 2. 180 will cancel 1. So what I will be n minus 2 is equal to 3 times 2. That will give you 6. So our n is equal to 6 plus 2, which is equal to 8. So whichever way you want to solve it, I just have to use this one to show you a bit of diagram, right? But if whatever you want to solve it, you can go through this route, then this, or you can go straight to this. Regardless of the method, you will still get your full marks at the end of the day. Let's see if answer is correct. That will be option B. So because this is an objective question, to save time, I'll prefer that you use the later method I used. For anyone, as far as you know what you're doing and you can solve fast, you will be good. With this, we've come to the end of this particular video. I hope you liked it. Please don't forget to like the video, comment if you have any question. I will respond as soon as possible. And please spread the word. If you know someone that this channel can help, please introduce them to it. The more people come, the more I'm encouraged to continue this thing. It's not easy finding motivation these days, but we gotta do what we gotta do, right? I'll see you guys in the next video. We're talking about the WAEC question on this. Bye for now.